I don't think there's a single week in AGM where we don't have an ad account disabled. And in many cases, we are able to get it back. I think there's only been 2 times in the hundreds of accounts that I have handled right now that I have never recovered an ad account. There's another question here from Claudia. When turning off the underperforming ad set, do we delete them or just pause them? You can pause them. You can just pause them. You don't have to delete them, all right? That's a simple answer to that one. Pause. It's okay. The only time that I ever delete an ad set or a campaign is when I have an indication that that's the reason why Facebook is flagging my ad account. Only then, if I get disabled, I look at the ad account and I find out what ads could have triggered something, especially rejected ads. And those ones, we get to delete them because we have a feeling, and it's only a feeling. It's not really based on any scientific data or anything proven that rejected ads, especially proportion of rejected ads, like how many ads do you have, how many of them are rejected, those things cause policy flags, policy violations. Okay, so Emil Xavier, is Emil here? No, he might be watching the replay. Okay, hey guys, quick question. I have 4 Facebook pages for separate businesses, brands that I own. Do I need more than 1 ad account? The answer to your question is very simple, Emil. If you have 1 brand and everything is going to feed of, all the pages are going to feed that 1 brand, then you need 1 ad account. Example, Natural Slim, we have Natural Slim USA, we have Natural Slim, we have Metabolismo TV, which is my dad's content page. We have Natural Slim USA. We have like several pages. They all feed the same e-commerce brand. Aside from the international ones, for example, we have franchises in Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, in Mexico, etc. And these franchises, they have their own ad account because they have their own advertising budget. But if you have 1 ad budget and 1 brand that you want to sell products for or generate services, and all these pages go to the same place, then it's okay to just focus on that 1 ad account, okay? Page, 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 brand. If all these pages have 1 purpose, which is to sell products of X, YZ brand, and it's a content strategy, and that's all it is. If that's the only purpose, then you're fine. You can keep 1 ad account. 1 ad account. Claudia says, do you guys use app interestexplorer.io with interest-based targeting for very cold audiences? My experience, Claudia, with the interest software, I think there's another one that we used before. It would connect with the business manager, with the ad account, and it would plug in all these interests. I didn't like that because when something was not working, I was not able to spot which audience was not performing because they were all plugged into the same place. So that's why I didn't like that software. I like to have my guys really research and study and understand and just click around everything. I haven't looked at the interestexplorer.io one, but it really does depend on if you can just study and then do the work yourself at the asset level. That's what I recommend, not having a computer do it for you. Okay, says, hi Manuel, we're new to the course and excited to be students of your training. Quick question. Last Saturday, Facebook disabled my ad account without any warning or explanation. Then on Tuesday, they reactivated my account and sent an email stating, sorry for the inconvenience. Wow. Hey, I haven't gotten that email before. Jonathan, have we gotten that email before? Sorry for the inconvenience?
No, we actually haven't gotten any email of that sort.
No, we have been shut down time and time and time and time again with no apologies. So it's great news that they're taking some responsibility. I have never seen Facebook take responsibility for their incorrect shutdowns. Have you heard of anything happen like this before? If so, do you have any suggestions on how I can avoid this happening in the future? It was a bit frustrating because the entire Labor Day weekend I had no access to my ad account. I understand that. Thanks for any ideas you may have. I understand that completely, Brian. I don't know if Brian is here, but this is something that we all go through in the world of Facebook. Yeah, I think Brian is here. I have not gotten an email before from Facebook apologizing. Even my own ad account, I just advertise marketing. I don't even sell things on social media myself. Very rarely I offer the coaching program or something else. They shut me down. It's an ongoing thing. I even have terminals, people inside Facebook, and we get a lot of attention from them. And this is something that we cannot stop. I can tell you, I don't know if you guys experienced it. Brian, you're here, good. I don't know if you guys lived this, but a couple of days ago, John, when was it? Was it today's Wednesday? Was it Monday, Labor Day, or was it last Friday? Everybody was getting ads rejected. Suddenly, out of nowhere, ads were being rejected.
It was Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday. So we jumped into our ad accounts, and ads that have been performing for a long time, I'm talking about months in some cases, suddenly had violations of policy and were rejected. This is a mass thing that happened. Facebook had a problem with that. John, did we get them all back? I don't know what happened later on, but I know that everybody was going through this.
Yes, we did get everything back afterwards. The issue was the ads were being tagged as political ads.
But it was happening everywhere for musicians, for 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡,
Yes,
for
with
Dr.
all
Bird, for
accounts we
me.
have.
But was it a mistake or what was it?
It was a Facebook mistake, an issue with their system. It was a worldwide API issue that they had, that they were tagging ads as political ads. The way we actually handled it during that time was to request manual review. We also were chatting with Facebook rep or support. They did review some of the ads and they deemed that it was rejected by mistake. And then afterwards, everything went back to normal.
For everybody?
Yes, for the accounts that we handle, yes.
Okay. So what are some of the actions that we take, John? Because I know we go through this all the time when an ad account gets disabled. Let's do some bullet points here.
We do an appeal immediately.
Okay. And what's the where do you go for the appeal?
Normally, we ask or verify first if our ads actually had any issues with it. We first check the copy, the images, the call to actions, and links. If we deem that we did follow everything on the Facebook side of the policies, we then submit an appeal asking why, or request a review asking why the ad was rejected. And also we chat with support so that they can actually take a better look directly on the ads itself.
Okay. So question. Do you have a template for the appeal that we sent?
Currently, I don't, but we can make one. I can go ahead and post it on the coaching community within today.
Do we do it all the time? Like, do we write a new one, a new description all the time?
Yes, we do customize the appeal on each of the clients, depending on the reason of the violation.
Okay, and where do you go for the appeal?
They do, once the ad account has been disabled, there is automatically a link or a notification added on your ad account that has a link that goes directly to the appeal section. If not, you can go to, let me get the link, Facebook appeal form. And by the way, we also have a blog on manuelsuarez.com, specifically covers how to handle ad accounts that were disabled.
Okay, so there's also a link for chatting with support that that I have used many times before. So there's a couple of things, and this is important data for you guys all to have. I can tell you that I have not resolved this nightmare in our existence yet, and it happens all the time, and it can be very frustrating. So for all of you guys that are here, it's very important data because it happens to us all the time. I don't think there's a single week in AGM where we don't have an ad account disabled. And in many cases, we are able to get it back. I think there's only been 2 times in the hundreds of accounts that I have handled right now that I have never recovered an ad account. And I still believe that it was unfair. I can tell you there's one account that I use for years, going way back to 2014 when I started running ads for Natural Slim in the USA. That account was disabled about a year and a half ago, and I never was able to recover it. It's one of the few accounts that I was not able to recover. And I believe, because they would not tell me, they would not confess, tell me exactly what the issue was. You know how they actually tip around and they give you little things here and there, but they don't tell you the real data. I believe that the reason why we were shut down and I was not able to recover it ever is because Facebook got really strict with hiring policies and laws. For example, one mistake that we did, we talked about us in Natural Slim using social media for hiring people, for getting people qualified to work for Natural Slim. We ran ads in Orlando, in Florida, all over the place to get consultants. And we have done this for years. Well, one thing that we did, which I now realize that it was a mistake, was that we were targeting by ages. We were looking for females in a certain age range, like let's say 20-year-olds to 37-year-olds. Well, it's illegal. You cannot discriminate based on ages. You cannot discriminate by anything. So when it comes to recruiting, you cannot put any highly targeted things. You can actually do interest-based, and you can go after warm audiences. For example, for Dr. Berg, we go after his fans, and that's okay, but you cannot target by ages. So if a 77-year-old person wants to apply to work for you, you're going to have to accept the application. And if you want to have other things along the way to segment, etc., well, you're going to have a survey or quiz or something built in which you can get more data about the person. But what I believe that caused the trigger in our case was that we were advertising for years, actually. I can tell you half of our consultants came from social media. We were targeting by age ranges, and that's illegal. And Facebook started putting down the hammer really strong in that. And I think if you have something like that going on, that's a problem. Or if you get flagged with like selling illegal things that they don't want on their platform, then that's also going to be a problem. It really depends on what you have going on. But we do appeal immediately. There's going to be a direct link that is going to be under ad account to appeal, immediate appeal. We have seen it take 24 hours, sometimes less. And I think that we have had a 95% success rate, guys. The painful part is that it slows down any momentum. And that's part of the game. And you got to be willing to deal with it. It's simply something that we have to deal with. They are simply too big. This company is going to be $1 trillion company. They don't have enough manpower to handle all the attention that they have going on. And because of that, the only thing that they can do is build systems. And these systems, in many cases, are unfair. And they trigger unjust flags. And incorrect disablings happen all the time. It's all part of the game that we're playing sometimes. So you have link or direct link that John posted? Already.
Yep, I posted the chat, the Facebook appeal option, and another option for them to get support via Facebook as well. It goes directly via email. The difference with it is you can tag your ad account and the reason of your question. So if it can be an ad that was rejected, payment issue, ad account disabled, anything that you have an issue, you can also use the third link I added.
There you go. So put it on your notes, guys. Anywhere that you can easily access. Like in my case, I have a notepad, and I have all the links like chat, website, forms, appeals, etc. All those things is in a little notepad that you can access every single time very easily. Chat with support, and then John, what else do we do?
A good backup plan is to actually share for possible accounts that are going to be disabled is share your pixel to a different ad account. So you actually have it backed up on a different ad account. So just in case your main ad account gets disabled, you can still continue and transfer your campaigns to a different ad account and just move the campaigns or ads to a new ad account. That way you don't have to start from scratch. This
subject is almost like a subject for an entire coaching program. Honestly, we can go very deep into the security. Because somebody, I think it was Who was the one asked? Brian. We have multiple business managers just in case. No, you shouldn't have multiple business managers. I've never had a business manager shut down. I have AGM marketing. AGM marketing has hundreds of ad accounts and hundreds of pages, and we manage it all there. When an account gets disabled, it's just one account that gets disabled, not the business manager. It has to be a rare exception. I have seen it maybe in my history once or twice only that an entire business manager gets shut down. Have you seen it more than that, Donald?
I've only seen it once, but I've also seen once that a Facebook profile was actually disabled from advertising.
Profile. So Facebook profile can also be disabled. In that case, like, whoa, that has been a challenge. I actually had one staff that he could not advertise. So he could not do anything under our business manager because his profile was disabled. I also saw that. But those are like more like strange scenarios, guys. The most common ones is what we're talking about here. The common ones that happen all the time, every single time, is ad accounts being disabled. Ad accounts being disabled and ads being rejected. That happens every single day, and you gotta be willing to deal with that. So this is great advice right here. And also something to keep in mind, guys, if your ad account gets disabled, you're not gonna be able to make changes. John, can you share your pixel if your ad account is disabled, or you gotta do it before?
You gotta do it before your ad account is disabled.
You cannot do anything on that ad account. You can see it, but it says that it doesn't allow you to advertise, so you cannot access anything. So one thing that you guys should all do is have a second ad account in that business manager, and maybe have it active with a couple dollars a day, running an ad, which is what I would do, because if you don't have it active for 90 days, is it, Donald?
60 days to 90 days, no spent, it will get disabled for
It's
no
also going to get disabled. And you don't want a disabled account on your record, because if you have two ad accounts and one of them is disabled, that doesn't look good for your business manager. So if you're going to do a second ad account, grab a small budget, $2 a day, and run an ad there, something that you will be running like a branding, top of the funnel or whatever. And then you can share the pixel into that one, share the audiences, and these guys can help each other out. Like in our case, I have, I'll show you guys over here. We have, for all our accounts, we have several. Like for example, you got Dr. Berg, right? So we have also Dr. Berg 2. We have, do we have another one? We also have the Dr. Berg Catapult, like for Natural Slim USA.
We have Natural Slim USA and Natural Slim USA ad account number 2.
So we got
Berg.
Colombia, Costa Rica, Panama, Puerto Rico, USA number 2. You know, so we want to always have that thing in place. So if one of those, especially our main ones, gets in trouble, we can always move back to the other one, and the pixels are already there, so we can continue while we try to do this. We don't abandon this. Again, our success rate is probably 95 to 99% to be able to activate an account that was disabled. It's very, very likely that you will. Sometimes it may take 3 to 4 appeals, but generally, John, have we ever, like, how many times do you recall, like honestly, how many times do you recall never ever being able to activate an account that was disabled?
There was only one scenario, which was the reason was before the client started with us, he was doing some campaigns that goes against policy standards. But with the clients that we started, the ad accounts for, if they get disabled, we normally get them back within a day or two. Multiple appeals, obviously, within the next couple of days. But yeah, you'll definitely get them back. Even though Facebook actually responded that it is a final decision, just still go ahead and submit your appeal.
If it's a final decision, it's not a final decision. All right?
Yes. And one more thing regarding the Facebook pixel sharing, I would also recommend sharing your audiences in advance, since if your ad account is also disabled, you could no longer share audiences. So just have those backed up as well.
What is it? Pixels, data.
Can be accessed via Events Manager or Business Settings. You can assign assets via Business Settings to the pixel.
Correct. So we have all these events over here. So let's say, for example, wow, they changed this. It looks different. Look at this. Events Manager, data sources, connect data sources. So we're going to go in here, and then we're going to go to.
I do normally access it via business
I changed it.
settings,
Business settings, and
pixels,
we go
data
to
sources.
data sources, pixels, and let's look for Dr. Berg, for example, in this example. And we got Dr. Berg's pixel. And then over here, we can go to
Add assets.
Add Assets. And then we can just select the ad account that we're adding. So we have Dr. Berg 2. This one over here, Dr. Berg 2. And then I can add it over here. And that pixel has been added to the pixel Dr. Berg's, to the ad account, to Dr. Berg's second ad account. Okay, so you want to make sure that you do that with your ad account, so that way if something happens, you can continue operating. And the same way with the audiences. If you go to audiences, when we drop down menu over here, and we go to audiences, you can do the same exact thing that we just did for the pixel. And let's see over here, we're a Natural Slim USA account. This is a second account. I think they're all shared with the first account, but we can grab any of, you see how it says shared? Look at this. You see one? This is a perfect example. Do you see? Shared by Natural Slim USA, AGM Marketing, okay? So this, all these audiences are coming from the main Natural Slim USA ad account that we have been building for a while now. Okay, so they are shared. So that means that both ad accounts can use them with each other. All right, so if we go over here to Natural Slim USA, we'll see how that changes. You see over here, it says shared with one ad account. Okay, so we got them all shared. These guys are doing a good job of keeping them shared. We have a budget for each one. We get shut down all the time on this account, believe it or not. It happens all the time. I think if you ask, is Alan here by any chance? Do you see him on the list, Donald?
He's not here.
He's not here? Well, Alan is the one that manages this account. He probably gets a shutdown once every couple of weeks, and then we reactivate it in 24 hours. It's a routine thing that we have going on. And I've complained to Facebook time and time again, even to the people that I am close with, internal to Facebook. You go ahead and you grab it over here. You grab purchasers, people that have spent $150 or more. It says over here, value is greater than or equal 150 in the past 180 days. And then I grab this audience. Promise zooming in and out. Okay, here we go. And then I'm gonna go, it's already shared, but I can go over here and I select share. And as long as the ad account is inside my business manager, I'm gonna put in here and I can bring in, actually, let's go ahead and do it to Natural Slim Europe too, both of them. And I can allow targeting and insights or targeting only. So I'm gonna go ahead and share. And just like that, that ad account can now target the Natural Slim USA purchasers too and have that data there and use it for lookalike audiences and things like that.